Hey everyone, welcome to May's Log Life. I'm May, and before I go on, I just wanted to wish everyone a very, very happy 2023. We made it through another year. Congratulations, I guess. I hope you had a really good holiday season, and I really, really hope that 2023 is good to all of us. So, this is kind of a New Year's resolution video, actually, since it is the new year. Now, I don't actually personally believe in resolutions, at least not New Year's ones. I think you can resolve to do something better all the time, and to limit it to just the New Year is a bit silly. I've never, ever been able to even keep one anyways. So I no longer do that. So on a personal level, I actually don't really do them because I just set myself up for failure every single year. There's no point. Sometimes I'm, able to do stuff, but usually it has nothing to do with the new year. It's just because I've just decided to make a change, and that could have been in March or in July or whatever. So that those ones usually work out better than the actual literal New Year's resolution. So, but I thought because it is New Year's and everyone's turning over a new leaf, I thought maybe I would talk about some lug New Year resolutions. So I thought I would talk about the things that I kind of, I guess, wish or hope that maybe lug a company would do, would actually bring up as a New Year's resolution for themselves or as a company. And I just thought I'd have some suggestions in case they were looking for some. And that's really ultimately all it is. Obviously, it doesn't have to be New Year's. It can be any time that they do this. In fact, I kind of wish they had done this like 6 months ago. But anyways, these are the things. I just have a small list of things that I kind of really hope that maybe Lug would look at and take on and try to improve on, I guess is ultimately what it is. And because it's New Year's, I thought it may as well be a New Year's resolution for Lug. So my first New Year's resolution, I guess, right off the bat, I know this looks like it's an unbagging because I got a little package right here. But my first New Year's resolution that I'm really, really hoping that Lug would sort of, take seriously is is to try to reduce the amount of waste that they produce as a company. The reason why I brought this bag here is just to kind of show you how much waste that only I, as one individual lug nut, has sort of been the receiving end of just in 1 year. So I started collecting a whole bunch of plastic that I've been receiving from Lug over the past year. So I started last January, and I've just been piling it up in a corner. And I just want to show you how much I have. Now, there's actually technically more. I only was keeping one thing originally, and then I realized I wasn't keeping the other wastes, but the other waste that I probably should have been keeping. But I just want to show you, just based on what I did save in the year and a little bit of, other stuff, I just want to show you how much waste is, I guess, accumulated just by one person. And now I order a fair bit, but I don't order a ton. I know there are a gazillion other lug nuts who order way more than me, who spend thousands every week, or hundreds every week, thousands every month. I'm usually, the most I spend is a couple of thousand a month. That's only if there's been really great sales and all that kind of stuff. So I'm a moderate to heavy purchaser. I'm not a heavy purchaser. But anyways, that being said, let's just look really quickly. So these are basically just what I saved just in the past few months. So these are the mailers. These are the plastic mailers that they've been sending all of their packages in. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if you're a QVC customer, this is what you kind of always get your stuff in. And I believe every item has one of these on it. And then it gets sent to you either individually or gets sent all together. I'm not exactly sure. You'll have to put that in the comment and let me know if I'm right or wrong. But I was under the impression that these are the mailers, or these similar types of mailers are the ones that a Lug puts all of their bags in with a special QVC code and a QVC sort of inventory thing. And that is how they know what the QVC inventory is versus regular inventory. And then it goes into a big mailer like this, and then it ships to you. So there's a lot of layers of plastic. So I'm not usually on the receiving end of that, as I'm not a QVC customer. Being Canadian, we don't have that ability to do so. But just in the past, 3 months, and now I haven't saved all of these. I actually have been throwing most of these out, but then suddenly I realized I should be saving these because I'm accumulating a lot of these as well. So again, this is not a lot, but I have a ton of stuff in here. So that's a lot of plastic right there. Now, this is the kind of plastic that is not recyclable here. There are some plastic bags that are recyclable depending on your municipality and what they will accept. This is one I think across the board no one takes unless you have a very specialized sort of place that you can take hard to recycle items to. So there are some commercial places, like some schools will do it, some offices will have special contracts with very specific recyclers, but they do it sort of at a cost, as opposed to it's part of the municipal system that is built into your into the taxes that you pay for the town or the city that you live in. So most municipalities will not take opaque things that are sort of that have this kind of plastic. They'll take clear, or they'll take like a certain kind of plastic and it'll have like a little symbol on it. This doesn't have any kind of symbol. I've looked. There's been nothing on this bag anywhere that says it's recyclable. So all the packaging that we've been getting all of our bags in comes like this. And it's a lot. And like I said, I've even thrown out probably more than half. This is only just in the past maybe month of things, and I thought maybe I should start saving this. But the other stuff that I have been saving all year is the plastic clear bags that come on top of the actual items that we purchase. So as you know, if you bought anything from Lug, every bag, every little accessory, every purse, every big bag, small bag, whatever it is, it comes wrapped in a plastic clear bag, and it usually has a little sort of an inventory thing on it, so it tells you like what the bag is. So there's the Sleeper XL, there's a little barcode, gives you the color. Anyway, so this I have been saving for a year. There's actually a few missing because sometimes I accidentally go and when I take it off, I just immediately recycle it and I forget. So this is everything that I've been consciously saving. There are also a few things where I've been, buying things for people and I've just given them the whole package, including this. So anyway, so this is how much I have collected in 1 year. So last January until this January, or well, until this Christmas, this is it. So just the plastic packaging alone, that's a lot of stuff going to the landfill. This is me, one person, ordering, like I said, a moderate amount, I think, of Lug stuff. And then you take into account how many things, like how much packaging has to come from the manufacturer before it gets to the warehouse, and then from the warehouse before it comes to here. There's just so many plastic things that actually have to sort of exist. I also know that all these little sort of silica packages that come in all the bags, I know that they have to happen. I know this is a thing that they have to put in so that there's no moisture, but that's just a lot of extra stuff that ends up kind of coming through so that I can have one Lug bag. So just this packaging alone, if they can eliminate this, either make it recyclable, all of it, make it compostable, make it biodegradable, maybe change it from plastic to something else. I mean, again, just throwing things out there. There are ways that you can have half of it paper and half of it plastic, so you're at least eliminating some of the plastic that's being used. Like I said, you can make it biodegradable, you can make it compostable, so that instead of it never degrading and lasting in the landfill for hundreds and hundreds of years, it'll degrade within 5 to 10 years or 15 years. Because there are some really good plastics out there. It's a little bit more expensive, but there are some good plastics out there that actually do biodegrade. So I know that everyone has this thing, well, it's going to cost us more. Sure, but everything has cost us more. But you know what? Here's the thing about that thought is, if every single company said, well, it's going to cost us more, and no one ever does it, then the cost of that thing will remain high. But if every company decides, you know what? This is what we want, this is what we need, this is going to make us look better, it's going to be better for the environment, it's going to be better for our grandkids and our kids and future generations, wildlife in our area, biodiversity, etc., etc., it's a small price to pay. If every company did this, or even a couple of companies did this, suddenly whoever makes the plastic that is more environmentally friendly, I mean, obviously there's no such thing as anything that's completely perfect, but there are ways to make it slightly better. So the companies who make that will suddenly have lots of customers. And if there's a lot of customers, other companies will go, hey, those guys are making money doing this. Why don't we get in on the action? And now there's more and more companies fighting for that same green dollar, and the price of these things go down. And it ends up being the same price as it was when it was environmentally less awesome. So there are ways that these things do come down, but we have to sort of demand it as customers, as consumers, and if we, in some places will actually, like places like California, will start to say, okay, we're not having single-use plastics, whatever it is. And suddenly the people who make plastic straws are making a ton, and the cost of plastic straws and the paper straws end up being about the same. So it ends up not costing us any more when we go and pay it the cash. So that's kind of what I'm saying about this. Obviously, there's no perfect solution because there's going to be packaging. We are going to have things that are wrapped in something when it's coming from overseas, and we want it to stay protected and all that stuff. And there's always going to be packaging from when the product comes from the warehouse into our own homes. I understand that, but there's better ways of doing some things, and sometimes they don't cost more. Like definitely, even if we just make these recyclable. Now, luckily in my municipality, they do accept these sort of clear, thin bags, as long as we wrap them up just like this, and then we can recycle them. I live in a large city, so I have the ability to do that, but there are some municipalities that don't. There's some really small towns, really small villages that don't do that, and it's a shame. So it should be one of those things where if you can't recycle it, it should be biodegradable. So at least it won't sit in a landfill forever. It's not going to get into our waterways. It's not going to get into our oceans and choke and suffocate or poison all of our wildlife. So there we go. So the plastic elimination would be awesome. The other thing that I kind of want to talk about is the actual materials that Lug uses to make their bags. So I would love if Lug would actually do what they had done in the past. They actually have done this in the past, where they had materials that they use that were made from recycled plastic, made from recycled pop bottles. I actually have one or two of those things in my possession. I don't have them here. I should have brought them, but I didn't think to do that. Actually, do I have it? No, I'd have to go into the other room and get it. So I don't know why I didn't think to bring it. But they had Lug material that was made from recycled products, and it wasn't crazy expensive, and it looked good. It felt the same as everything else, and it functioned. So they have the ability, they have the technology to do that, but if they can continue to make that a priority, or even if it's like a small part of their line, or one of the options as far as colors, that would be great. So I'm showing you this right now, because this is one of the bags that I received from that company Keto, which is that Canadian company that sells little bags and little like lunchbox accessories for kids. Well, guess what? One of the things that they do is they try to use almost exclusively materials made from recycled plastic water bottles. So there it is. That's on there. So this whole bag is made from recycled plastic water bottles. So it's a super soft, really smooth, really rich colors on this fabric. There's an inner liner with really, really rich colors. And this thing on the back, this little area back here, it's this beautiful brush tone. So it's not like you can't get really good quality, really vibrant colors or really easily printable materials to be used to make bags that are environmentally significantly less crappy. So instead of using virgin materials to make plastics, which is pretty much all of our Lug bags, there isn't really even like the vegan leather, that's all plastic. And there are, by the way, more environmentally friendly ways to make vegan leather. You can use organic materials versus synthetic materials. So there's all sorts of different ways that you can actually improve the quality of the fabrics that you're using, make them from recycled products or renewable products, renewable materials, and have a really superior quality fabric. So this is just one of those examples that, here's a company who's decided, they made sure that from, for as much as they possibly can, they're going to make their products out of recycled materials. And their entire line, practically, there's a few things I think that aren't, but most of their line, anything that they can use, this fabric, they do. And then the paper products, they're made from recycled paper. So, you can be a company that doesn't charge an arm and a leg. So I think the retail value of this is $30. So it's just a fanny pack. It's nothing too crazy, but it's $30. It's not outrageous, and that's $30 Canadian. And if Lug wants to charge $60 to use this material, lug nuts aren't gonna not buy it. So if they made even like a line of things, I know Vera Bradley, which is kind of their biggest competitor, has an entire line of recycled cotton products or recycled bottle products, and they have vibrant colors and cool prints and all that stuff as well. But so that line may cost a little bit more, but obviously they've been doing it for a few years now. For them, obviously they've got a market for it. They know that there are customers who will pay that, and even if they don't, they just wait for a sale, and it comes down to about the same price as the rest of the stuff anyways. So anyways, I would love to see Lug become a little bit more environmentally friendly as far as their packaging, and if they could actually start putting that into their materials that they use in their bags as well. And then speaking of like waste, same thing with these. These things, as we know, these are all these little cards that come in all the packages. Sometimes like the plastic windows come with this paper, although this is at least is recyclable and biodegradable, so I'm fine with this, but these are not. So these, if you look, and I've already torn this already, this paper, even though it's paper, there's a plastic coating that comes on the top of all of their cards. So this makes it much more durable so that when it comes inside the bag, it's not going to be all banged up. And I get it. I totally understand. You don't want to put a card in there and have it look like it's been through the war. I totally understand that. But here's the problem. I don't mind if they put something like this in every item, because they do. Because a lot of these items will go to retail. A lot of these items will be put on shelves in stores, and they could be sitting there for a year or two, and they don't want this thing, it could be manhandled. They don't want this thing looking all battered, in a couple of weeks. They want this to last and look beautiful and crisp and clean and perfect, so that when the person brings that item home, they actually have a pristine thank you card, which is totally, totally cool. However, if it's going to retail, put this in there. Totally, totally cool. If you're, selling it on QVC or to lug nuts or whatever, maybe you don't need to. So I know it's kind of hard because like when they manufacture it and they package it and ready to go, they just put these into all of them because they don't know which one's going to retail. They don't know which ones are coming to Lug Live. They don't know which ones are going to QVC. So I understand that they have to put these in all of them. However, if this is going to be in every single product, why then, when I receive my parcel and my order, do I get another one of these? I mean, I will get that in the box. I will get that in each item. So sometimes if I order like 5 or 6 items, I have like 7 of these things, or more. Sometimes they throw in like an extra one so this is the thank you card. So it gives you, like how you can follow them on social media, website, and then the back, it tells you about the warranty and how you can register your product. You can, go online, register to be a to actually have them on their, to have you on their like rewards program. That's cool. This is great. So all the information you need is on one card. But sometimes I get another one and it's got the family in the front and the back, it's like our story, which I'm like, okay, you know what? It's a family-owned company, got it. But you can put that here, so you can have the family photo, put your little story on the side, and then the back put your warranty. So sometimes I will get this card, the thank you card, and a warranty card in the item, and then I get 2 more in the parcel, so in the package, in my order. And so now when I'm sort of going through all my stuff, I have like a wad of these things. Now again, I should have kept these, but I just been recycling them. I don't know why I didn't keep them, but if I had collected all of them, I would probably have a wad about this thick, if not more. And I think what I'm going to do for this year, now I'm hoping I'm going to be ordering less, but I think I will start saving these this year, so just so you know. But again, you know what? If you're going to send me this, only send me the one, that's it. Don't send me the whole bunch. Or if you're going to put all these inside, all the bags, don't send me another one. Because guess what? I know I'm going to get one inside all my bags. I don't need another one. So that would just be a huge savings for them, because I know this costs them money. To have that plastic coating costs a ton of money. And to have that, have so much of this when it's just redundant. And especially for most of us lug nuts, we know if we order through Lug directly, if we order through QVC, we have sort of built-in warranties. We don't need additional ones. So to have this is it's just a waste of paper. So that's all. So that's kind of my peeve on that one. Now, So that's waste. So that's the waste end of things. I would love to see that change. If Lug could actually somehow find a way to reduce how much of a carbon footprint they have and a waste footprint, that would make my day. The last thing I want to talk about ultimately is transparency. We know that Lug has been going through a lot of growing pains over the past year. And even before that, there were some growing pains. So if you're new to Lug, this year of drama was the worst of it, but it certainly wasn't the first time they've had to deal with some weirdness. So if for some reason in the next while there's another growing pain yet to come, which there always will be, they're clearly a growing company and they want to grow more. They're always recruiting new growth avenues. So they're trying to bring in new customers and they're opening up new connections with people and trying to grow their base and trying to grow their customer base, which is fine. Every company wants to do that, and I totally understand growth. But the growth where, it inhibits the ability for the customers who have been with you for a long time to continue to want to be customers, that's a problem. And part of that reason, the reason why there was so much loss of trust was because there was no transparency and there was no being honest and being upfront with the way things were going or what they were doing. And I think that needs to change. So I would love for Lug to, from here on out, know that you know what, you're probably not going to lose us if you just kind of came out with it. And don't wait until everything has gone to absolute crap and everyone is beyond fed up and now just starting to get nasty before you finally pipe up and say something. I think if you say that we're family, if you say that we're the best, most understanding, most amazing and fun and friendly community ever, then guess what? We're the kind of people who aren't going to get too angry when you say we're having trouble with our shippers, we're having trouble with our boxes, we're having trouble with whatever it may be, supply chain issues, whatever. Just let us know. You don't have to give us all the details, but just kind of acknowledge that you know that there's something going on that is going to affect how we as customers deal with you. That's it. I think all of us would love that. I mean, I realize that, it's really technically not our business to know what a company does as far as their day-to-day businesses and their day-to-day thing to run the business. But you know what? Again, you can't have it both ways. You can't say that we're this great community and that lug nuts are the best and we're so nice and we're understanding and we're cool and then pretend like we're a bunch of idiots and, that they don't owe us anything but just more lug. So I think it's about time that, I understand that they want to grow, they want to bring in new customers, and that's great, but to maybe start realizing that the people you already have, the family that you already have, the community you already have, is worth more than the people that you don't have. So what is that expression? What's that say? That phrase? One in the hand is better than two in the bush. So they are nurturing all of their abilities to be able to get that two in the bush, and they have completely neglected the one in the hand. And I think they need to sort of rejig that thought and make sure that the people who have been loyal and who have been spending thousands and thousands of dollars should be cared for before the people who have no idea who they are and have never and may or may not even ever want to know who they are. So I would love it if Lug were to be more proactive when it comes to problems. Like, I'm hoping there are no more problems, but there's always going to be problems. Life just isn't that good. Like these guys, the Lug has run pretty well, but look at how many problems they've run into in just the past 2 or 3 years. So there's going to be more. I mean, I'll be shocked if there isn't. So if there are going to be more problems, and you got to sort of prepare for that, they should be able to come up with some kind of okay, the last time we didn't say anything, we lost a ton of people. We made a lot of people angry, and some of them are permanently angry now and don't trust us. Perhaps in the future we should go forward by being much more truthful, much more upfront, much more proactive, and certainly getting ahead of things before they get too bad. That would be awesome. So there we go. So those are my New Year's resolutions that I'm suggesting for Lug. I would love even if just those 2 things were to happen, like the environmentally sort of more responsibility would be great, and then just actual responsibility, just taking them, taking what they do, and be accountable for it. That's it. So there we go. And do I have any as a lug nut? Probably just maybe trying to not buy every single thing that looks like it would be cool just because it's a cute print. I think that's my thing. So, but I've been trying to do that anyways. I don't know how good that's going to be. They always find a way to show me that there was something I didn't even know I needed, and suddenly I need 5 of them. So, so that's my personal, I guess, resolution. But there we go. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if you agree, if you have any other suggestions. I don't know if Lug listens to these, but maybe they do. Maybe we can offer some stuff from some food for thought for them. Anyways, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a very, very happy and healthy and prosperous and fun and colorful 2023. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and for watching these crazy videos that I make. And I hope you have a great year. Thanks again. Take care, and I'll see you next time.